of Let's Talk. Yes, I realize that you are watching this episode more than likely on Monday or Tuesday, and normally I shoot to have these up by Friday evening or Saturday. That didn't happen this week. I fell extremely behind and totally forgot about even making my Let's Talk for this week, which I had planned, just forgot. So anyways, here we are, and let's get into it. As you probably saw from the title, this is going to be Let's Talk about running. So what I'm going to do first, for the first part of this, is I'm going to answer a runner's tag that Jonesy90, Jen, she tagged me in quite a few weeks ago, I think. Maybe it was almost a month ago. I'm going to go ahead and do that first. And then I'm going to get into talking about how I began starting to run, basically, how I got into it, and maybe some tips that some of you might find helpful for doing that. Why did you start running? Really, the reason why I started running was because a trainer suggested it or kind of recommended it. What is the furthest distance that you've ever run? I guess this question means consecutively, and that would be, as you all know, is the 10K race where I ran 6.2 miles. That's what a 10K is, right? 6.2. What shoes do you run in? Well, you all remember that for Valentine's Day, Rob bought me a new pair of running shoes. They were an Under Armour brand. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan at all. The toe box is giving me blisters. I have tried running in them. I've tried breaking them in, and I get cuts and blisters on my feet. Not good. I think I've come to realize that I am an Asics girl. I do not know like the specific series or model or whatever of shoe it is. I guess I could look into it, but basically I like Asics. What are your favorite and least favorite distances to race? I think I'm beginning to like the longer distances and dislike the shorter. Do you have a running partner? No, I'm not a partner type of gal. Where is your favorite place to run? Right now it's pretty much just around my neighborhood. What is your favorite running accessory? Right now it is my new mechanism that I use for holding my phone and my keys and everything, which I'm not going to say yet because I'll explain later, but I can't say what it is yet because it's a surprise for another person. Do you like indoor or outdoor running? I would have to say I do enjoy outdoor running. However, I can get down with indoor running too. Honestly, I can get down with either. What is your favorite time of day to run? Well, since I live in Florida and it's hot as balls most of the time, my favorite time of day to run is either when the sun is not up yet in the morning, so early in the morning, or after the sun has pretty much gone down most of the way and is setting at night and it's not so hot out, because it's just murder to run at the hottest point of the day when the sun's up. What races have you ran? Like I told you, I think I've done probably about 5Ks and only one 10K so far. What music do you listen to when you run? I am a hardcore rap girl. Yeah, I'm talking like, well, rap hip hop, but I'm talking like DMX, and Bone Thugs, and a little bit of Kanye mixed in there, Jay-Z mixed in there, old school LL Cool J. What is the hottest or coldest weather you have run in? Well, that would be the weather here in Florida. I think my record so far since I've been in Florida is I've gone running when it was like 98 and like 80% humidity or something, and that was just horrible. Oh, it was horrible. What are some exercises you love? Are you talking about cross training? Because that might be like, I like doing spin for cross training. I find that it really helps my muscles for running. Maybe that's what they mean. Are you currently training for something? No, not specifically, but I think, like I said, I'm gonna start training pretty soon for a half marathon. What are your current or future goals? Again, a half marathon in the fall. And then I would like to participate in a full marathon either by the time I turn 30 or within my 30th year. It's kind of like a personal goal of mine. Any advice for new runners? I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Why did you start making running vlogs or vlogs? Well, I don't make running vlogs or vlogs. I make weight loss vlogs, and running just became a part of that naturally. Who will you tag? I'm gonna tag anybody that's watching that wants to do this, and I want you to comment and let me know that you did this because I would like to also see your running tag video. First of all, I do want to say that I definitely had a lot of problems with my joints, hips, knees, ankles, really, really painful shin splints when I was over about 220 pounds. And I started trying to run again, and I was having a lot of trouble. One thing that I've learned is that you have to understand when you run, your joints are taking on 4 times the amount of weight of your body. So if I was 220 pounds, multiply that by 4, that's how much weight your joints are taking with each step that you go. And it makes it really hard on you. Now, I'm not saying that if you weigh more than that, you should not try running. Not saying that at all. I'm just saying bear that in mind. Be careful when you start running. Pay attention to your body. Take breaks when you need to. And don't try to push yourself to run through pain, because that's where injuries happen. So what did I do to start running? I worked with that one trainer guy, and he basically taught me to make it kind of like a game. Every week I would pick a pace that I could run at and that I felt comfortable running at, right? And so let's say that in the beginning it was 4.8 miles per hour, and I started on the treadmill. That's how I personally prefer to do it. So let's say I started on the treadmill and my comfortable pace was 4.8 miles per hour. So for that week, I would try to run for 4.8 miles per hour for as long as I could. Day 1 of that week, I'd try to go for a minute and then take a break until I catch my breath. And then a minute and take a break, a minute and take a break, and just keep trying to go. And then the next day, maybe a minute and a half, and then take a break, and a minute and a half and take a break, and so on and so on and so on for that week. Once I could get to about 2 to 3 minutes of running at that pace without feeling like I'm gonna die, then I thought, okay, I can bump up my pace. And the next week I'd go to 4.9 miles per hour. And the week after that, 5. And the week after that, 5.1. And just very, very, very slowly, every week I would inch up the pace that I was running. And sometimes not every week. Sometimes I would find that it took me 2 or 3 weeks to feel comfortable running at that pace. And it's just really a matter of listening and understanding how your body is feeling, but also not being weak on yourself. You know, you gotta, sometimes you do have to push yourself. Sometimes you do have to say, you can run faster. And I recently had to do that. You know, I've been running at like a 6 mile an hour pace since forever. And it's just become so easy for me now. And, well, I'm not going to say easy, but, you know, easy enough. And I was like, you know, you could be doing a lot better than this. You really need to start pushing it up. And so I've been working on that. But you need to be able to do that. So I definitely would also recommend for any of you that are starting out, I cannot say enough wonderful things about the Couch to 5K program. And I think there's an app for it. I have never used it. But from what I hear and what I've read into it and looked into it, it's kind of the same as how I did it. It's just an app that helps you do it. And it's amazing. Jen and Lisa, Patience and Faith 619, actually I think it was just Jen, but she's tried it before. And every single day it's got you doing a different thing. And I think they factor in rest days in there too. But it's so great, and give that a shot if you want to start running. If you have any specific questions about beginning running, just leave them down below in the comments. I always try to write back to you guys and interact with everybody in the comments, and I'll try to answer it the best I can. So that is all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode of Let's Talk. Bye!